Using cars has been becoming increasingly common in recent years, although I think that it maintains some obvious harmful consequences. I strongly believe that the advantages of the car can outweigh its advantage. On
Disadvantage. Okay,
uh,
would
there
um
is a mistake.
well,
The
it's not.
advantage is repeated two times.
No. Well, yes.
I strongly believe that the advantage of the car can
Outweighs the
outweigh it's supposed to be
disadvantage.
disadvantage.
Yes.
Okay.
I think there's a mistake here, but this is not our topic.
Hmm.
Um, I'm sending you the document here. I think it's preferable to open the document so we are on the same page instead of reading.
Hmm.
Um, we are not after reading this essay. We're just after structuring and understanding the framework. If you hear
Hmm.
me,
Hmm.
do you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay. Now, look at the first paragraph where it says, I strongly believe that the
Hmm.
advantages of the car can outweigh its disadvantages.
Okay.
هذا احنا نسميه statement.
Hmm.
Okay, we call it statement.
Hmm.
Now, what is a statement? Statement is your position about the question and the essay.
Mm.
Is this
Statement
clear?
is just like my point of view.
البيان وجهة نظرك وجهة نظرك بخصوص السؤال يعني اللي انسألت به.
مثار البحث، نعم.
فهنا دائما نخليه بالفقرة الأولى آخر السطر، يعني هو مو ضروري يكون تحديدا بهذا المكان. It's not specifically located here, but it can be within the first paragraph because the first paragraph is necessary to lay down the introduction here. هنا من يقول using cars has been becoming increasingly common in recent years. هو مجرد يمهد الطريق للparaphrasing مالت السؤال. Second paragraph, on the one hand, third paragraph, on the other hand. You see that?
I see that.
Final paragraph in conclusion.
Okay.
Are we clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now, this helps with grammatical range and accuracy. هذا إضافة إلى cohesion and coherence. هنا حقق المراد be a statement, cohesion and coherence. قال on the one hand, بعدين قال on the other hand. We go to the first paragraph. It's just the summary of what he thinks about. Owning cars has a significant influence on the environment. The first reason, he's adding justification, traffic jams and accidents. More cars are likely to result in rocketing rates of pollution. Secondly, this is another transition. So he's quite significantly increasing the transitions, how the logical sequence. Okay. People may have higher chances of carrying more potential health risks like obesity and heart attacks. هذا statement آخر. On the other hand, there are many reasons why people prefer to own cars. Firstly, when he says many reasons, he's going to state more than one reason. Are we clear?
Yes, we are.
Firstly, it provides people with the freedom of movement, the ease of transportation, which a car brings is significant, prominent, or prominent than any other form of vehicles. For example, he's adding examples here. احنا قلنا لازم تكون
give examples.
Lexical, point and illustrate and give examples here. Then he says therefore. Do you see therefore?
Yeah.
And then instead of saying for example, he's saying
you can go from a destination to another.
No, he's saying for instance. تشوف for instance فقرة قبل الأخيرة.
Before the conclusion?
Yes. For instance, you can read books, listen to your favorite songs, or even play with kids while you are in your own car. تشوفها؟
on your
فقرة
car.
قبل الأخيرة السطر الرابع من جوا.
Yes.
هو الفكرة وين؟ متى يقول for example مرتين؟ ده يقول for example, therefore, for instance, finally.
Okay.
اترك الملف. Just leave the document and look at this one here. هحرسل لك ال updated one, okay? Let's check this out. Did you open it?
The second one, both of them is the second one.
Yeah, I know, but the next one is different.
It's opening now. Just 1 second. Yes, it's sample one. Do you agree that the advantage car bring out weight? The disadvantage.
تشوف اكو تضليل؟ تشوف تضليل؟
إيه, yes, I see it.
Okay. الفقرة قبل الأخيرة أكو finally, for instance, and in conclusion.
Yes, finally, families can go together.
كلمة finally مظلل.
Finally, يعني لقيتها. نعم, مظللة. نعم.
Okay, perfect. This is my point. So هذه يسمونها cohesion and coherence، أنه دائما أكو تناسق وأكو ترابط. If we go back here, Gail, I strongly believe that the advantages of the car can outweigh its disadvantages. On the one hand, الفقرة الأولى. On the second hand, الفقرة الثانية.
نعم.
He's mentioning many reasons. كاتب firstly.
Many reasons ومعددهن for the advantage and for disadvantage.
Perfect. كاتب, for example, كاتب for instance. كاتب finally, and in conclusion, having a car can lead to a few obvious problems, but I believe that owning a car is the best choice, and the benefit that it brings about can outshine its drawbacks. فبدل ما يقول outweigh advantages and disadvantages كاتب outshine its drawbacks.
A question, Walid, please. Am I allowed to use finally and in conclusion?
You can say,
I cannot use finally for talking about the conclusion without using in conclusion. Is there any repeating here?
No, there is no repetition, but I prefer you stick with in conclusion, because this is the standard. This is kind of like market standard for saying conclusion.
Okay.
And I prefer you stick with that one particularly because it's so common in academic writing. It's just an indicator that you're familiar with the style of writing here that we do have. Now, this is task 1. What I want you to do is I've listed the questions in the Google document for this one, for other ones that you will check them out later. Well, once we're done, I'll send you the link if you don't have it. But this is question number 1. I want to see a sample here because I do believe that we can imitate this sample here and come up with very good sample. We are not reading because it's not our job, to read. Our job is more likely to be analyzing the structure of the essay and see what we can do better in order to do something similar. Let's move to task number 2.
So for review, I have to write a sample of this task, which is talking about the advantage and disadvantage of owning a car.
Yes, and عندنا 3 مهام إلك، 3 مقالات. 3 مقالات احنا بدنا نناقش السؤال. أنا أريد نموذج على نفس هذا السؤال تكتب لي إياه بالجوجل شيت. الأسئلة 3 موجودات بالجوجل شيت، هحرسل لك الرابط. لكن حاليا بدنا نحلل structure شلون تصير لأنه كلش easy. حتى نختم هذا الجزء أشوف السامبلز. I give you feedback and then we move to task number 1 اللي هي تحليل diagrams and graphs and تحليل المخططات البيانية، لأن هذه همتين لازم نركز بها. تحتاج تكتب 150 كلمة عليها، فيحتاج إنه نسوي شوية practice عليها همتين.
Okay.
Now task number 2.